When you have prophecy, you're on a different level of relationship with Hashem. You talk, Hashem answers in different ways, different forms. Sometimes it's to a dream, a meditation. It could even be an epilepsy. It could be different ways of speaking to Hashem. Only Moshe Rabbeinu spoke to Hashem panim bel panim, which means he spoke to him like you and I are speaking to each other, openly, without preparing, without a mikveh, without anything. Hashem wanted to say something, he didn't need Moshe Rabbeinu to prepare. Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to say something, he didn't need anything to do to prepare to talk to Hashem. They spoke regularly. But everyone else, including David HaMelech, had to do certain things in order to prepare to talk to Hashem. Even Avraham Avinu. The Rambam in Shmona Prakim talks about what is the difference in the level of prophecy between Moshe Rabbeinu and all of the other prophets that followed him. Because the Gemara in Masechet Megillah says we've had over 1.2 million prophets throughout our history. So what's the difference in the level of prophets? And the Rambam says it's all based on midot. It's all based on character traits. The more perfect the human being became, the more humble he became, the more generous he became, the more of an Eved Hashem, a servant of Hashem the person became, the clearer the prophecy was, meaning that the more flaws he had, in comparison to us, they're all perfect, but in their levels, the more flaws each one of them had, each one of these flaws, or deficiencies, if you will, was similar to like having a wall between them and Hashem. The bigger the flaw, the thicker the wall. And the Rambam says, I believe this is chapter 7 in the Shmona Prakim, that Moshe Rabbeinu reached the highest level, which was the equivalent of just having a piece of glass. A piece of glass between him and Hashem. And then he asked Hashem, no, let me see your glory. And Hashem says, no, you reached the highest level. No man can get past this level that you got to and live. So David HaMelech in his level of prophecy, although it was very high, it's not like Moshe Rabbeinu, still he had different, much clearer messages than we do. We are not prophets. We don't pretend to be prophets. We're not sons of prophets. But you see Hashem through His Torah. The Chafetz Chaim, alav Shalom, said once that people are willing to spend fortunes to get good advice. Good advice when it matters. A big business deal, should I do it? A marriage, should I do it? All types of things. And Chafetz Chaim used to tell people all the time, you could just ask God, and He'll give you an answer. And people were always surprised, he said. How can I get God to give me the answer? He goes, just open the Torah. Just open the Torah, it's right there. Open the Torah, you learn enough Torah, you're going to get the answer. So, when a person learns an enormous amount of Torah, everything becomes clear to him. And the reason why is because Hashem gave us different things that He did. He showed us His midot. He showed us His character traits. He showed us His feelings, if you will. Not that He has feelings like us, but His feelings, if you will, in a way where He tells you, Hashem hates zima. Hashem hates immodesty. He says it. Bilam HaRasha even taught us this. Hashem hates homosexuality. Hashem punishes the wicked. Hashem doesn't say shalom to the reshaim, and shalom to the reshaim. Kol gvalev, toivat Hashem kol gvalev. Anyone that is arrogant is considered disgusting in the eyes of Hashem. All these different psukim in the Torah that you see exactly what Hashem feels. Why? Because He Himself said it. So there's no guessing. There's no theoretical. You don't have to be a prophet. You just have to be a chacham. And that's why the Gemara says a chacham is better than a prophet. A chacham is better than a prophet. Why is a chacham better than a prophet? Prophet, he gets a message from Hashem. Because sometimes the prophecy is wrong. Because the prophet misunderstood it. Or sometimes Hashem changes the prophecy. Because the prophecy doesn't have to come true. If it's a negative prophecy, Hashem says, if such and such happens, I'm going to punish. But then He decides, no, you know what, it happened, but something else happened that balanced it, I'm not going to punish. So He can undo what He said as a prophecy. If it's a negative prophecy. If it's a positive prophecy, He doesn't change it. With the exception of one time. The Gemara Masechet Shabbat talks about it, where originally He was planning on saving the tzaddikim from the destruction of Bet HaMikdash, but the Midat Adin, the Yetzer Hara came and says, listen, they're not tzaddikim. Why? They didn't rebuke people. They didn't tell them to stop driving on Shabbat. So Hashem says, I planned originally on saving them, but now they're not even tzaddikim. Punish them first. Punish all the rabbis first. Which brings us to that original point that we started with, this whole thing about the situation about what people are saying. Unfortunately, Orthodox Jews, even Orthodox rabbis, are saying that if somebody dies, because they're a Jew, they're automatically kadosh, and they're quoting the Rambam. And we said last night, this is a misquote of the Rambam. That's not what the Rambam says. The Rambam says that you have to die, not because you're a Jew, you have to die because of the Torah. But there's even a better proof. There's even a better proof. What's the reason tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of Jews, according to the Midrash, it was hundreds of millions of Jews, died in the Beit HaMikdash? What's the reason? Now don't tell me Avodah Zarah. I'm talking about what's the reason in the eyes of the Goyim. Why did the Goyim kill people in Beit HaMikdash? Why? They kill us because they didn't like our malawach. They kill us because they came for shawarma, it didn't taste good, they wanted to kill us. Why did they kill us? Because we're Jews. Have you ever seen a Midrash or Halacha or a Gemara that says that everyone that died in the Beit HaMikdash is Kadosh? Have you ever seen such a thing? No. They died on Kiddush Hashem. How come it was only Rabbi Akiva and his friends? Because that's the Halacha. If you died for the Torah, then you're Kadosh. If you die because you're a Jew, but you are Mechalet Shabbat, you are a homosexual or some other type of sinner openly, there's nothing Kadosh about you.